Chainlink, full update across the board here. We're going to start off on the daily chart, then we're going to zoom out to the 5-day, look at the Gaussian channel. We're going to then zoom out a little bit more to the weekly, then even the 2-week chart, the elusive 2-week. And we don't look at that very often. We're going to look at that on the Gaussian. Maybe something special could be happening here. Let's get right to it. The daily chart for Link, we have the 2 zones. We're stuck in the middle like a sandwich. We're not doing a whole hell of a lot while we're in these areas. Swing low support. We've been here the whole damn year, 2024, and even some of last year. Swing lows. Swing lows again, back in early springtime. Our low close back in May 14th, right? We closed at around $13. So far, so good for a higher low. We don't want to close under this zone. Otherwise, high probability of prolonged consolidation. But we can address that when and if we get to that point. Until then, our high target is get back above all these moving averages around the $16 area. 17, we start to get real bullish again. We'd be above all moving averages. We'd be back above this range high resistance, which is what we tried to hold. Now underneath the 200-day, right? This pink line. Anytime your price on any chart is under the 200-day EMA, you're either in consolidation, A, or B, the bearish sentiment is out and about, to put it lightly. So that's the absolute flip level we must get back above if we want to see some more explosive action. Some of these, the better times in crypto, the better times for Chainlink, the explosive moves happen once you get back above the 200, right? See that? How you can start to really gain some traction here. Until then, range bound is the odds, right? 16 to around 13. $3. We have $3 to go touch grass. Until we're above 16 or below 13, you have nothing to worry about. Set some alerts. Go do something else. All right, so speaking of that, that's the short time frame. The shortest we really need to be looking at. Let's go out to the 5-day, and then we can start to get some macro stories going for the big picture for Chainlink. All right, so we're going to look at the Gaussian channel here in a minute. But looking at these same zones, they still hold true here. Range high resistance. We tried to get above it. We ideally wanted to hold right there around the $16 mark. We made several videos on that's what we wanted to hold. But we fell down. No big deal, right? Just back to range low support again. Look at all these wicks. This blue line, the 100 EMA on the 5-day chart. So far, holding perfectly. If we go a little bit lower, no big deal. 1240 is the 200-day, where we wick to on our initial drop in April, when we had the liquidation event across the board in crypto. That held perfectly, tapped off of that, rebounded quite nicely. So if we come back down again, we have some bigger support around the 1240 mark. We're still good until we close under that. If we close under that, then we have some more issues, which we'll address if and when we get to it. No need to focus on the boogeyman when it's daylight. All right, so let's go. Oh, excuse me. The Gaussian channel. We need to back the truck up. We have one more big issue we need to address. Can you see the elephant in the room here? No, it's not me. Looking at the Gaussian channel, we've broken below it here. We close below it. This median line. It's thicker for a reason. It's very important. We have 2 days, 9 hours to get our ass back above that. That's $14. Like right on it. $13.99. Get it back above 14 by, what is it, Friday, Saturday close, right? When this candle closes. Ideally, we need to do that. If you close multiple candles below the median Gaussian channel on a 5-day chart or weekly, trouble can stay around. The odds would improve at that point of going to test the lower Gaussian channel, which is, as of now, just shy of 11. But if you give it a couple more weeks, it could very well be above our low wick here, around the $12 mark. Worst case scenario, right? You just need to be aware of it. We're looking at the 5-day Gaussian, the median line, $14, 2 days, 9 hours. We'll do a checkup between now and then. Maybe we'll do another Chainlink video tomorrow, Friday, maybe both. You never know. All right, let's go look at the weekly. Similar vibes on the chart, but very different on the Gaussian, right? Gaussian median line is way the hell down here at 1170. So this would actually be where we'd not want to even really wick to. We want to mess around with that. That's where you can really start to fall off the cliff. So again, Worst case on the macro is 1164 for even a wick. We don't want to be flirting around with that. Certainly, if you close below a weekly Gaussian channel, you've been shot several times. It's hard to get up from that. Okay, the 100-week in the blue. Look at that. The 100-week EMA. Even wicks are holding there. Multiple attempts. So that is a huge level. And that currently is at 1285. We do not want to close under 1285 on the weekly chart. That would spell some trouble. Okay, now to the positive side, really just need to flip this 50 seemingly back to support. So again, $14 on the 5-day and the weekly seem to be pivotal for the bulls to start to gain traction and not to get on the dark side. The bearish side starts to come out if we cannot reclaim $14 in a relative hurry here. We'll give it 4 days, 9 hours till the weekly close. Top of the Gaussian channel, 1460. 21-week EMA, big level. That's where ideally the bulls can really pick up some traction. It's 1566 as of right now. But the blue skies, if you want them to come back, the flannel to be back on, Sergey to send us thank you notes, whatever that means, get back above 17. 17 is smooth sailing. We could be there in a handful of weeks. Or if Chainlink wants to get super bullish again and throw another 20% candle our way, we'll take it. All right. That's the weekly update. Now, how about a chart we don't really look at? The 2-week chart. What the hell could we possibly see in this? I'm glad you asked. Do we see anything yet? The 2-week Gaussian channel has just flipped green as of the last close. Right now, we're working on another close, our 2-week candle. Closes again this week. 2-week close. Ideally, we would like to close for the most bullish scenario. Again, we're not bearish at all because we've just flipped this green for the first time since really the last bull run. Yeah. The top of that Gaussian is at 1457. So line 1 was $14 if you remember from the 5-day and the weekly. Ultra hopeful, fingers crossed, is 1458. Okay, write it down. Set an alert. Tell your grandma, tell your dog, your grandpa, whoever you need to. 1458. Get it on a t-shirt. That would be great, right? Then we wouldn't even close back inside the Gaussian channel. You don't really want to close back inside a Gaussian channel after it's green, certainly on the macro timeframes. So we can still avoid it on the 2-week chart, 1458. Get your t-shirts ready. All right. We also don't want to cross these EMAs, right? You don't want to be doing that. 1458, I think, avoids all that, right? We can just, we're starting to creep to the dark side, but 1458, hold them off. Alrighty, that's your update for Chainlink for today. We'll do some more between now and the weekend. We'll take a look. Hopefully you found this somewhat helpful, mildly entertaining. Let's get to our quote and card of the day. Don't forget to love yourself, of course. Hard to improve your life or those around you and help those around you if you don't start there. All right. Car of the day. Any guesses? It's one of 1 million cars. Okay, it's the Audi RS7. One of my favorite Audis. Certainly their favorite sedan. Sweet looking. I don't know if I'd pay their price tag, like knocking on the door of 100K, but the RS7. So they have the A7, like the S7, and the RS7. Hello. Super powerful. Like the rear, everything about it. It's pretty good. Look at those wheels. Pretty epic. It's got these little aerodynamic bumps in it. Little carbon fiber action. I've got a special edition here by Mansory. If you're into cars at all, maybe you know Mansory. They make some really badass aftermarket stuff. Speaking of that, we have some forged carbon that they add on. Look at the side skirts. If you know anything about supercars, forged carbon, where it's at. Look at this exhaust they did. So they take your brand new, whatever car you have, probably going to be 100K car. There's definitely going to be a 100K car after they get done with it because they charge, you know, anywhere I've seen from 20 grand all the way up to 300 grand after you buy the car. So the 300K is obviously on like Lambos and stuff like that, but they make some remarkable, if you want to just Google Mansory Lambo or Mansory kits, they're pretty amazing. Look at the forged carbon spoiler they had. New exhaust, rear diffuser, some different wheels. They do everything for you that just really make it super unique. So if you ever get to the level where you got monopoly money, whatever you buy, get Mansory to tune it for you. They tune it, the engine, the exhaust, special, just badassery. Mansory, translation, badassery. It's not real. Okay, so I'll end the Chainlink video there on the Audi RS7 by Mansory. Any questions, comments, let me know below. Try to read all those. What do you want to see more of? What do you want to see next? What videos? Altcoins? Happy to do it. All right.